Welcome to Gizzy's Reads, where the rhythm is real and the poetry is personal. I'm your host, Gizzy, sharing my journey one verse at a time. Each episode, I'll read original poems straight from the heart. Some raw, some reflective, all unregrettably me. Whether you're here to feel, heal, or just vibe, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Second episode we got here today is called Pieces of Me. As you can probably guess, it's, poetry about myself, learning who I am, what I like to do, and all that jazz. But no, seriously, this is going to be, um, I'm going to pick poems that I feel represent who I am, the type of person that I was, who I grew into, who I strove to be growing up. Let's get into it. So the first one, this one's called The Beat of My Heart. The beat of my heart has a rhythm, and its rhythm is nice and steady. The beat of my heart has a rhythm. When you hear it, you better be ready. The beat of my heart has a rhythm, and it's telling me to move. The beat of my heart has a rhythm. As you listen, you hear that it's smooth. The beat of my heart has a rhythm, and it's asking for your hand. The beat of my heart has a rhythm, and it wants you and I to dance. The beat of my heart has a rhythm, and it keeps me on my toes. The beat of my heart has rhythm, and this is how it goes. Dance with me, my beauty. I'm offering you my hand. If you will be my woman. I will be your man. Dance with me, my beauty, for this could be our last. I want to be able to look back and see this moment in the past. The beat of my heart has a rhythm, and it comes and goes like seasons. The beat of my heart has a rhythm, and your presence is the reason. Now, granted, I wrote that 2006, 2007. Um, it was, I mean, it's not wrong. Um, that is how my heart works. If my vibe goes with your vibe, we're cool. You know, if your vibe matches my vibe, which thankfully I found that this many years later, I'm married with a kid. Her vibe matches my vibe. What can I say? But this is actually one of my favorites. This was going to be one of my first published poems. I missed the deadline for that, and I didn't get the chance to. The link for this will be in the description below. Feel free to click on it, read along, however you feel you want to do. We'll go ahead and get into the second poem I got for you today. This one's actually called Poetry. Poetry isn't for certain people, just those who have emotions. Writing poetry is only hard if you lack that specific devotion. Allowing someone to read your feelings and their feelings and share their feelings with you. It helps you see that sharing is good. Poetry can get you through. If you're one of those people who can't speak eye to eye, on your pen and paper and thoughts, you learn to rely. Some people write for money. Some people write for love. Some people write to be funny. Others write for all of the above. This poem I write can help you see what kind of poet you want to be. You can write for money or you can write for love. You can write to be funny or all of the above. The only thing you need, you already possess. This important tool is the heart that's in your chest. Now, again, back in 2007, I was going through a lot of. I was going through my identity crisis. Sophomore in high school, going through a lot. Oh boy, a lot back then. Um, Maybe we'll get into that in one of the later episodes. But these poems I wrote are they're me, and they haven't changed at all. Um, you already possess the most important tool, your heart. Everything I do, everything I say, everything I write comes from my heart. Every decision I make comes from my heart. Uh, it's the person I am. It's the person I grew up to be. It's the person I became. How I've always been. I've always made decisions with my heart. Yes, I've always thought them out logically. So if I can't do it logically, despite what my heart says, no, I'm not going to do it. But, you know, that's how I think. I think with my heart. I can't help it. My bad. All right, we got another one for you. This one also, poetry is going to be in the link is going to be in the description below. Feel free to take a look at it. Even comment if you don't want to comment on the post, comment on the page. Or if you don't want to comment on the video, comment on the page, on the poem, on all poetry. It's not like I know who you are, but I do appreciate comments and feedback and all that. So please feel free to share, like, subscribe, follow, all the above. This next one I have is called Construction. This one is a couple of years older, or a couple of years newer, 2009. I wrote this one. The things I write are all part of my life. If you put my poems together, you'll see my smiles and strife. I worry about everything except the one thing that matters. When I worry about me, my life begins to shatter. I have a lot on my mind, not including family and friends. I want to tear down my walls and new construction begin. I just found myself, but once again I'm lost, due to new roads and counting new costs. Keeping things locked up, knowing it's killing me. You can tell I'm sincere by the sorrow in my eyes you see. Scared of the outcome, but I must keep in mind that if I ask for directions, myself again I'll find. Swallow my pride, give in to the reason, for if I don't, I fear I will not survive the season. This is a little dark. Um, as you can see, 2009, I had just graduated the year before. I'm finding myself after high school, trying to become the person that I'm going to be for the rest of my life. And when I tell you, reading this brought back all those feelings, it's insane. I was really, really, truly struggling with finding out who I was. Um, because I had just given up on so much. I'll have to add that one to my favorite list. I haven't read this in years. I tell you, maybe 10 years I haven't read this poem. A lot of these I haven't read in a while. We got another one. Oh, My Life. This is actually another one of my first poems I ever wrote. This was going to be one that was going to be published in my school newspaper, but I didn't win, sadly. um, on the website, it says I wrote this in 2007, but I really wrote this in 2002. Right, my life. My life is my life, no matter who's around. My life is my life, even when it's upside down. My life is rough. My life's confusing. My life is tough. My life is amusing. When my life gets bad, the one thing I do is ask for God to help me through. If my life is filled with pain and sorrow, I just look at today. I don't think about tomorrow. I live my life one day at a time. I write my poems because I like to rhyme. Writing my poems relieves all my strife because I'm not like some poets who ended their life. I'm not going to end my poem just like it begins. My life is my life until my life ends. My life is my life, no matter what the trial. My life is bad, but I stand tall and smile. No, my life wasn't bad. Okay, just so you know, it wasn't a terrible life. I had actually a pretty good childhood compared to most people my generation. Um, I had a pretty decent childhood. I was just, you know, I was an emotional kid. I was depressed, didn't know it, had anxiety, didn't know it. You know, I was a wreck. Um, but this was sums up my adolescence, I guess. I think this was the seventh or eighth grade I wrote this, and that was when I started realizing that I didn't want to be the person that I was being raised to be, if that makes sense. So I was trying to find me, and writing was actually how I found myself in a lot of ways. All right, we got another one for you. We got two more. So this one and another one coming next. This one I love a lot. This one's called Sideline. And watching from the side, everyone seems to be happy. If everything is so perfect, why do I feel so crappy? Watching from the side, I support all I see. But why is it that I feel that no one supports me? Watching from the side, my life passes them by. No one stops or even blinks an eye. Watching from the side, my path seems so clear. I'll go far away and get away from here. Watching from the side, I smile for your success. But no matter what I do, you always cause me stress. Watching from the side, my heart fills with anger. I feel that when you look at me, you're seeing a perfect stranger. Watching from the side, I have very little fans. I have this sideline. You have the stands. This one is, you can't see it, but I just shifted to my serious stance in my chair. You know, elbows on the knees, leaned forward, head tilted just a little bit to get that sincerity out the voice. I went through a stage where I felt like no one who knew me knew me. If you catch my drift, I felt like I was just going with the motions, you know, going with the flow, doing what everyone else was doing. Um, because the things I wanted to do, I wasn't allowed, so to speak, technically. I wasn't supposed to do the things I wanted to do. There we go. That's how we're going to phrase that. um, and because of that, I felt like I was always hiding who I was. I was always not being seen for me because I had to hide that part of me. And now it's just, this is the person I am. And I'm glad I finally was able to push myself to be that person, and it makes me happy. Going back and reading this particular poem does bring back some feels. All right. So this next poem, this last poem, um, is contradictory because I wrote this one before the last one, but it's hilarious that I wrote it. All right. This one's called Hiding. Hiding is for cowards, not people like me. I hide who I am and who I want to be. I hide my thoughts, I hide my feelings, I hide my associates, I hide my dealings. If I hide the truth, people will never see the honest, soft hearted side of me. There are things you should know that only one person knows. I have secrets so hidden They're darker than crows. Ask me a question, and I'll tell you no lie. Telling the truth isn't hard, so it won't hurt to try. Keeping secrets hurts people, but not as much as it hurts you. You can try to hide it, but the light will find you. So this one I wrote again, probably 8th grade, uh, 2003, 2004. And the previous one I wrote, probably, that one I actually wrote after high school. I remember that one. So that's how long I was hiding. The person that I wanted to be, the person that I knew was me. Probably longer than that. Maybe it's 6 or 7 years. You know, when you find out who you are, you're kind of in middle school, and then you just increase that person. Yeah, I found out who I was, and I couldn't act on it. I couldn't be that person, um, because again, it was considered wrong. It wasn't considered right, and writing was how I was able to be that person. Um, I didn't share my poetry a lot. I think my dad maybe read a few. My mom wrote poetry when she was younger as well, and she read some of it. Not the dark stuff, of course. But I didn't share it a whole lot. I didn't start sharing it until maybe high school when I actually realized that I was decent. I can't be out here writing and not sounding decent, not sounding good. Still, it's still embarrassing to a degree because of just the world in general, how they view people, how they view masculinity. Oh, this man, a straight male who writes poetry, he's hiding something. Oh, he's this, he's that. No, 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 nigga, I'm straight. I love my wife. I love my baby girl. I love the V. Don't worry about it. Sorry for my language. But yeah, that's a little about me and how I started becoming the person I am today, and the bits and pieces, flashbacks of my life back when I was becoming who I am. Thanks for tuning in to Gizzy's Reads. If today's poem spoke to you, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, or share it with someone who needs the words. You can connect with me on any social media. They are in my descriptions: Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. It's all there. Hit me up. Until next time, stay grounded, stay grateful, and always, always speak your truth. Peace out.